Change of subject formula. So first of all, what is change of subject formula? Well, change of subject formula is the rearrangement of a formula so that a different letter can become the subject. This is what it is all about. It is the rearrangement. So you have to rearrange a formula so that a different subject can become the subject. So that a different letter can become the subject. That's what change of subject formula is. For example, I have this formula A is equal to length times breadth, LB. So I can ask the question that you should make B the subject of the formula. So what I'm simply saying is that make B, rearrange this formula so that B will become the subject. So for instance, I can say make B the subject of the formula. Make B the subject of the formula. So what will I do? Or what am I asking? I'm simply asking you to use B, rearrange this expression so that B can become the subject of the formula. So what I will do here is to rearrange this expression. So this will be LB is equal to A. This equation and this formula, they are the same. I just root this one first, equal to. So equal to means they are equal, right? So this and this are still the same. The question again is to make B the subject of the formula. So how do I make B the subject of the formula? So to make B the subject of the formula here, I will have to divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient of B. The coefficient of B is that number or the alphabet that is attached to B. So this will be LB divided by L is equal to A divided by L. The reason we're doing this so that the B can stand alone. So this L will cancel out this L and B will be left alone. So my B will be equal to A all over what? L. This is my answer to this question. So what I did here was to rearrange this formula. A is equal to LB so that B, which is the different letter now, can become the subject. So B is equal to A all over L. Also, I can say make L the subject of the formula. How do I go about that? So if I ask you to make L the subject of the formula, I have the equation to be A is equal to LB, right? Now I want to make L the subject of the formula. So what I would do is to rearrange this expression so that L can become the subject. So this will be LB is equal to A, first of all. Then to make this L stand alone, I will have to divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient of L, that number that is attached to L, which is B. So this will be LB divided by B is equal to A all over B. This is why it is called an equation. If you divide this side by B, also divide this side by B. That's what makes it equal. Whatever you do to this side, you will also do to the other side. So this B will cancel out this B. With that, my L can stand alone. So my L will be equal to A all over B. This is my answer to this question. Let's look at another example. So here I have an example. Make H the subject of the formula. In this formula, A is equal to 2 pi arrow H. So if I were to make H the subject of the formula, here is the expression. A is equal to 2 pi arrow H. So first of all, since H is what we're making the subject of the formula, we'll bring it to the left hand side. So this is 2 pi arrow H is equal to A. These and these are the same. So having written this out, the next thing I will do is to divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient of H, those numbers that are attached to H. So I have 2 pi arrow, they are attached to H. So this will be 2 pi arrow H divided by 2 pi arrow is equal to A all over 2 pi arrow. So this 2 pi arrow will cancel out this 2 pi arrow to make this H stand alone. So my H will be equal to A all over 2 pi arrow. This is what we did in the first example that I illustrated. So let's look at another one. Make arrow the subject of the formula in A is equal to pi arrow H. make arrow the subject of the formula. So I am to make arrow the subject of the formula, and arrow is here. So the first thing I want to do is to take it to the left hand side. So this will be 2 pi arrow h is equal to a. This and this are the same, right? So I'm to make arrow the subject of the formula. So what I will do is to divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient of arrow, and the coefficient of arrow is what? 2 pi and what? H. So this will be 2 pi arrow h divided by 2 pi h is equal to a all over 2 pi h. So 2 will cancel out 2, pi will cancel out pi, h will cancel out what? H. So my arrow will be equal to a over 2 pi h. So this is my answer to this question. What I just did here was to change the subject of the formula by making arrow the subject of the formula. So what I did here was just to rearrange this expression, rearrange this formula so that arrow can become the subject instead of a. In the next example, and in the next video rather, we'll look at more examples.